Take a seat right over there, sat on the stairs, stay or leave. The cabinets are bare and I'm unaware of just how we got into this mess. Got so aggressive, I know we meant all good intentions.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching this video, and this is how I take notes after school. So for tomorrow I had to read the Communist Manifesto and I did not have time considering I had a English test, so I couldn't study and read at the same time. So I decided to leave it for the last minute, which I do not recommend ever, but I just had to. So immediately after I came back from school, actually from the university, I sat down and started reading and taking notes, and I just don't like to, simply because I don't like to postpone anything. I don't like to leave it for later and just, take it slow. The moment I come back from the university or the school, I just like to sit down and do something. That way I feel like I'm much more productive. So I started reading it section by section and taking notes, and while taking notes I had to understand everything that I was reading, simply because it would mean that I wouldn't have to study it as much if I understood what I am reading. That's how I like to read when we have something. So I had to read the Communist Manifesto and the German ideologies, I believe. I'm not really sure how do you say it in English, but we had to read those two texts, and I started somewhere around 4:30 p.m. after I came back from the university, and this lasted up until 3 in the morning. I did not film everything, simply because it would take way too long to have it in real time, but I just put in some sections of me taking notes. And as you can see, my notebook is very, well, not colorful, but I just don't like to have plain, just blue ink on a white paper. That's just really boring for me. I just like to have colors, so I use red for really important things that I really need to pay attention to, and I use the blue to just take notes about everything, and I use the normal pencil to write down something that's a little bit less important, but still I need to learn it. And as you can see, I like to decorate it with washi tape. I also use these little stickers every time I need to go back to something and just read it a bit more. And this is basically how I take notes. I know my handwriting is not the best. I was in a rush and I just wanted to get everything done. So this is basically me just taking notes. This is somewhere around 8 p.m, maybe even half past 8, I don't really remember. But as you can see, I took a little breaks. I haven't been doing this the entire time. I had something else to take care of, so I've been taking a little break. That's why it lasts this long. But even usually when I read something that's even longer or larger work, that takes a really long time, because I like to pay attention to what I'm reading and what I'm writing. That way it's much easier when you have to learn it actually. So this is at around 8 or 9 p.m. and as I said, this lasted up until 3, maybe 2 in the morning, I don't really remember. But I woke up at 6 a.m. I did not get enough of sleep, but that's okay, I'm used to it. So I woke up somewhere around 6 a.m. so I can revise everything and I can learn everything, because I had a test somewhere around so I had a test at 4 p.m. the next day, so I did have enough time to learn and to revise everything. But still, I wish I had a bit more time. Like, if I started a day earlier, I think I would be much more secure. I would be much more confident about my knowledge. But you know, you do what you gotta do sometimes. So it was enough time to learn, but I wish I had more time. And I really like to use these little washi tapes. They're so cute. I just love having, well, these are black and white, so it's not color, but some just different on my paper, so yeah, I don't get like bored out. I just really get bored easily, so I like to add a little bit of color and a little bit of, you know, just something fun. And I like to write little notes whenever I can, so I just make my notes a bit more pretty, since my handwriting is not the best. I know, I'm guilty. When I'm in a rush, my handwriting is horrible. So I really like to do that. I know some people don't like that. Some people just like, you know, plain notes, and that's fine, whatever works for you. But whenever I'm studying, whenever I'm like taking notes, I like to have as much color as I can. You can't see it in here pretty much, but when I'm highlighting something in a notebook or in a textbook, that's like a million markers, and I just love using highlighters, markers, and everything. I just really like colorful things. So around 10 p.m. I decided to continue my reading outside because it was a really nice weather and I really liked it. So I just sat down on a bench and continued my reading on my tablet, and then I went back in and continued taking my notes. This chapter I used this system and it was so much easier. Plus it was very nice because I was outside and I had some fresh air, and I just really like doing that. I like being outside and reading outside and then coming back in and taking the notes. But I just really like to, have my notes be really minimalistic, and just have few pages for entire book or for few pages for entire text. That's just how it works for me. I don't like to write down everything like entire paragraph, because I don't think that's taking notes. I think that's just, writing what you have read, and I don't think that's very helpful. And sometimes if something is very, very important, or if there is a quote or something that summarizes entire text, I like to use this little sticky notes and just write everything down onto it in really bright color. That way I know that it's important, and I know that I have to read it a few more times, and so I can remember it better. And basically I think that here I have finished taking my notes. Maybe I haven't finished all the way. I think I've done that in the morning, but this is basically the end, I suppose. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I didn't bore you guys. And I really wish if you could tell me what you want to see from me on my channel in the future. Thank you for watching. Love you so much. Bye.